Hey, everybody, it's Aldo Gandia filling in for John Buffone, who is taking care of a family event today. And Tyler Ellis hopefully will be joining us soon. But don't you worry, Danny Shim is here. And God, I immediately, as I thought, well, what should be the first thing I say? And I thought of you, Danny Shimon, because what I saw out of Justin Fields is what you told me I would see out of Justin Fields. The pocket presence, the arm movement, the speed, the physicality, athleticism, everything that you told me, this is what the Bears are getting in their franchise quarterback of Justin Fields. I saw it in that first half in New England.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I love the fact that they're rolling him out more. They added a little wrinkle to the offense today with the quarterback draw, the quarterback power, the keeper, if you want, how you want to call it, where he holds the ball and he's got 75 yards rushing in the first half. He's done a great job in terms of, at times, like getting away from the pocket and then just breaking free that last run there where he got a 14-yard scramble, get the first down. Those are backbreakers for defenses, and this is what Fields gives you here. But what I like most is the poise. There's a couple times where he held on to the ball, may could have got rid of it and avoided a sack. Didn't look like anyone was open. We'll have to look at the all 22 there, but just the fact that he's getting better. You're seeing elements, and this is against a Bill Belichick defense, guys, that has been playing well coming into this game. And up until they put in Bailey Zappi and he made a Hail Mary throw. Myers made a terrific catch on it, and next thing you know, that sparked the Patriots. And this was all Bears here in the first half. And again, the little change in offensive line where they moved Patrick to center and then put in the veteran Schofield. Functionally, that kind of went the way of the wayside as Patrick got hurt in the first half, was carted off. I heard it was a toe injury, so hopefully it's not a long-term thing. But yeah, I mean, so far so good. And then the fact that they were able to come back after the Patriots took the lead and then came back and then scored, took the lead, and then got the ball back. Now you want to see them punch it in, and I was encouraged by the fact that when it was 3rd and 16, instead of just handing the ball off and playing for the field goal, they had Fields go ahead and roll out, hit Mooney there for another first down, but there was only 3 seconds left in the half, so they had to go for a field goal there. But the Bears are putting their trust in Justin Fields. Again, guys, it's the same group of receivers, right, with the addition of N'Keal Harry, but it's the better protection in the offensive line. I know Judon's got 2.5 sacks. The last one was on Barroom, but it just I think one was also Fields early on where he could have got rid of the football. But I think a better offensive line play. I think Montgomery's doing a good job again, running hard, getting those not breaking those big runs, but he's getting those 5, 6, 7-yard runs. Eventually, that's going to end up hopefully breaking up big runs or even setting up even a bigger play, which is a play action pass downfield.
Mm-hmm. The play calling, I thought, was really good by Luke Getsy. And there's a question here in the chat room that I'd love your perspective on, because I think you can really help shine some light on this. Caesar asks, the plays that Getsy calls, do they require more pocket time, or are wide receivers not getting separation? And I'll add to that, and of course we can't answer this question fully until we see the all 22, but it could also be Justin Fields not spotting somebody or not pulling the trigger, although we have just been praising him for that tonight.
Well, this offense is a rhythm-based timing offense, meaning, 1, 2, 3, your back foot hits on your third step, that ball's got to come out, right? So you're going to have trust with your receivers. The receiver doesn't always win on a line of scrimmage one-on-one. It would be great if the receivers could win at the release, but there's going to be times where Fields is going to have to just trust his receiver to be able at that spot. There's times, again, NFL corners are paid just as well as some of these receivers. So, they do a good job of being in position to make plays here. You're just going to have to trust your receiver to put it at a spot where only a receiver can make the catch there. So I think that's where Fields has to develop his game in terms of just getting that trust, 1, 2, 3, get that ball out of your hands. I think, and also think this in the first half, what I saw was quick hitting plays, getting that ball quickly out of his hands and into the hands of either the running backs or the tight ends or even the receivers on the side. That's what I love about so far with what they're doing here in the first half, mixing it up, but do not give up on that running attack. Keep running the football. And guys, I just want to go back real quick to Fields. That touchdown to Herbert, if I would go back to look at that tape, but I think he either audibled or I know he called alert. So I think he pre-read the defense, saw that they were going to blitz. And I think that was predetermined that he was going to go ahead. And again, the thing about Fields is, he does a nice job of that. He's got that baseball background. We've talked about it when I was scouting him. His ability to go ahead and kind of change his arm angles and get rid of that football. A great job of just getting rid of that ball around the defensive lineman, getting it to Herbert and who else had a blocker ahead of him and just scampered into the end zone untouched, I believe. So, this are the things that Fields has to do. The one other thing that the negatives, couple of negatives here in the first half, ball security. He cannot drop that football. That's something that Fields has plagued him throughout his career so far. He's better at ball security, especially when he's running, scrambling, or back there in the pocket. The other thing is he's going to have to do a better job of finding those passing lanes. It's second week in a row now that the tipped or batted ball at the line of scrimmage has turned into an interception. So again, if that ball wasn't batted, the interception that the Patriots got, if that wasn't batted, that would have been a huge play. I believe Mooney or Henry was open. So again, these are things that he's going to have to get better at. But the added dimension in terms of athletic ability, 75 yards rushing from your quarterback. I believe Lamar Jackson was only the first quarterback to ever rush for 100 yards on a Bill Belichick defense. Obviously, Justin Fields is well on his way here with 75 yards here in the first half. So, the one thing about the Bears, you have a 6-point lead. Do not let down. That touchdown that the Patriots got, that was a defensive breakdown in the backfield. Not sure if Jalen Johnson was on the wrong page there or if somebody on the other side, because it looked like they were playing man on one side and Johnson thought they were playing safe or zone on the other side. So that was more of a communication breakdown there, and that's got to be cleaned up there defensively. So again, defensively, put pressure on the Patriots here. What the Bears are doing is what the defense are doing to the Bears is they're trying to make them one-dimensional, because they're going to say the Bears are selling out on the run, trying to stop that run, and they're saying, all right, Mac Jones, in the first quarter, you go ahead and beat us. And then Zappe came in and had a couple of quick plays. I don't expect that to continue, to be honest with you. I'm not a huge Bailey Zappe fan. I know that the Zappe mania is going wild right now in New England. We'll see how it goes on. But Bears, if they play sound defense and stick to their assignments and don't blow those coverages, and the Bears continue offensively to put pressure on the Patriots, run the football, and Fields using his legs and his arms to make some plays on the field, I think Bears can come out of this game with a victory.
And by the way, Jaquan Brisker, holy cow, this guy is out in contention for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'd have to do the research and see who are the top candidates, but just based on what I've seen.
I wouldn't go that far, Aldo. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Hutchinson's got 3.5 sacks already.
Brisker's got 2.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Definitely great play. Got one-handed snagged it and then secured with us too. Definitely a great play. That was a little bit of a wobbly, duck, if you will, by Mac Jones there. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, definitely Brisker has made some flashes there in a defensive secondary. So they'll continue. And he's another guy that they've used here in the first half to help kind of secure that edge. Remember the last couple of games that outside edge they were not able to maintain a hard edge, or weren't able to funnel the run inside to their bigger guys, and teams are running to the outside. And I think they used this, and I guess in the first half they used Brisker, and they used some of the linebackers to be able to go ahead and kind of crash down and be able to make sure to maintain that edge, so that there's no cutback opportunities for these running backs to get outside.
I got to tell you, man, I'm really impressed by that first half. We got the bad second quarter. The Bears, by the way, are averaging, coming into the game, they were averaging 14 points allowed in the second quarter. So they kept up with that average, which is shocking. We'll have to do some research into what is going on in the second quarters. And I do believe some of that may have to do with the Bears offense turning the ball over in the second quarter and putting the defense in some bad spots, but also that run defense playing a big role. But nonetheless, we want to take a close look. What are your expectations? You're the coach, you're the TV analyst. I'm asking you, what do the Bears have to do to come out with a victory tonight?
Well, again, defensively, like I said, continue to stop the run. I know Stevenson had that 4-yard touchdown run. That wasn't a huge gain, but again, Zappe came in, gave him a little bit of a spark offensively for the Patriots. Just continue player assignments, play sound. Zappe's not going to be a guy that's going to kill you with his legs, kind of like Mac Jones in terms of he's a pocket passer. A little bit, maybe a little tad bit undersized as opposed to Mac Jones. Probably a better overall feel in terms of a thrower, not a great arm by any stretch of the imagination. So don't let Zappe come in and kind of throw the ball all over the place here. If Patriots want to get pass happy, then front four got to get to it. I know the Bears didn't blitz at all in terms of the first half. Robert Quinn had some nice pressures. He drew a couple penalties. So I continue that front four, get some pressure, get Zappe onto the ground. And then offensively, man, just continue what you're doing right now, right? You get the ball here first half, and first possession here in the second half. if you can march it down and get points, whether it's a field goal or preferably a touchdown, now you put even more pressure on the Patriots offense to come out and hopefully make them one-dimensional and put it on the shoulders of Zappe and see what he could do. It's a 4th-round rookie. I know he's 2-0, but I don't think he's been in a position where he's trailing by multiple points and has to bring his team back. So again, once you put them in a position where they're double digits down, if you can do that, now your front 4 guys can just go straight after the quarterback and see what they could do.
9 out of 13 for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's Justin Fields' first half. Let's hope he doubles those numbers and comes out with 4 touchdown passes today. Would really quiet a lot of his critics. That's for sure. Danny, myself, and hopefully Tyler Ellis will be back here immediately after the game. In addition to that, we've got a couple of guests. Dan Aguirre is scheduled to join us, and Mr. Shorty from Bears Country Podcast. So we'll get them in, and that way we can give Danny a break and get some sleep because he's got to work tomorrow. These other guys are loafers. They're just like me. They could stay up all night. But so it's going to be interesting one way or another. I see that they're going to kick off. Danny, great job as always, and we'll see you all later right after the game. Bye-bye, everybody.